They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of the game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
1st down, Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. Prescott to throw it.
That pass complete to Deontay Hardy.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Looking for a cutback at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Samuel.
And he's been playing at an elite level here. The season, tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Now it's Herbert. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. This one is caught. It's Patton. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 39. A good pickup there at 22. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10.
They run for the first time with James Cook. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense The next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Herbert's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he'll be brought down at the 27. And he remains perfect on this opening drive. Charles now 5 of 5 and another first down to work with.
He's like one of those great shooters in basketball that has his rhythm, has his confidence. He doesn't think anything is going to miss right now. As far as he's concerned, he's going to be perfect the entire game. And who's to say that it won't happen the way he's throwing it right now?
The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week.
14 carries, 70 yards.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
He's got his guy. It's Patton over the middle.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Third and 2, Herbert. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football.
So first and goal from the 9-yard line.
Herbert off of play action, rolling to his left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Mecole Hardman. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Again, it's Elliott. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll try to throw down. Prescott, flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Prescott.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
The 30. 10, 5, and he will take this one home. That's a touchdown.
And no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit at every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Prescott.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
And again, it's Prescott. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Prescott on first down.
He'll get this to Elliott.
And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Throwing, Prescott. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road. Justin Herbert and the offense back onto the field. He hasn't had a ball touch the ground yet. 8 of 8 throwing it. Perfect so far, including the touchdown on the last drive, you remember, as they begin 1st and 10 here.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
Play action. It's Herbert. He'll buy some time right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Jaguars! Justin Jefferson, 45 yards, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. No problem there on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. It's hauled in by Hardy. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. First down, Prescott.
And he'll go underneath here to Elliott.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll throw again. Prescott. Try to lay one up deep.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
A gain of 3, second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now Herbert off the bootleg. Out to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is, also, where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Dak going to hand it to Elliott on the option.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Now Prescott.
This throw left side is caught by Tolbert.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jalen.
Yards. And the Cowboys take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point from McManus is good, and it makes the score 21-10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert.
They'll get this out to...
And oh, he coughed it up. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne.
Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Straight ahead, Etienne. And some space here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down this.
And this is caught. Touchdown. Mecole Hardman with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And right side, they're going to go option here. Oh, Prescott stripped.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Tenth carry now for Elliott. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hardy. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Schultz. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off enough. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Wide side, Elliott. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Holding, offense.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back. And right side, they're going to go option
possession here. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That second down play nets a -4. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by McManus is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first.
Time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Jaguars getting set to go. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. They've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
On second down, ETN once more. A nice little juke. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 45 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
On 3rd down, here's ETN. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Herbert now. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Herbert off of play action. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 39. A gain of 22. Home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
On second down, Etienne once more. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On second down, a run with Etienne.
Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.